Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle, despite working twice as hard? What if I told you the difference isn't luck, strategy, or even talent, but rather the specific words you speak in the final moments before you drift into sleep? Words that carry the power to literally bend reality around you. There is a phrase, a command so potent that when spoken with absolute authority before sleep, it changes everything. Money begins to flow, opportunities appear as if by magic, and synchronicities become your daily experience. But here's the fascinating part. This isn't some mystical incantation or complex ritual. It's just 5 simple words that activate a neurological phenomenon scientists are only beginning to understand. Has this ever happened to you? You visualize, affirm, meditate, and practice gratitude, doing everything right according to manifestation teachings. Yet the results remain frustratingly elusive. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what you're about to discover might completely transform your approach to creating abundance in your life. Carl Jung, one of history's most brilliant explorers of human consciousness, spent decades studying what he called the neuronal field, an invisible matrix that connects our internal thought patterns to our external experiences. His research revealed something remarkable. What we perceive as objective reality is nothing more than a projection of our mind's perceptual structure. In other words, we don't just observe the world, we create it. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the globe. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Now imagine if you could access the exact frequency where your words become law. Not through force, not through effort, but through a fundamental shift in how you speak to the universe. Most people spend their lives asking, pleading, hoping, operating from a vibrational state of lack that only reinforces their current circumstances. But what if the key isn't in asking at all? What if the secret lies in declaring with absolute certainty, as if you already possess the authority to command reality itself? This isn't about positive thinking or wishful visualization. It goes much deeper, tapping into what Jung described as the direct interface between mind and matter. The most powerful moment to access this creative state isn't during your busy day when the conscious mind dominates. It's in those precious moments just before sleep, when your brainwaves naturally shift from beta to alpha and theta patterns, the same patterns that dominate a child's developing brain. In this hypnagogic state, your subconscious lies open and receptive, allowing commands to bypass your logical filters and directly reprogram your deepest beliefs about what's possible. In this altered state of consciousness, something remarkable happens. The barrier between your conscious intentions and your subconscious programming becomes temporarily permeable. It's during this twilight between wakefulness and dreams that the true alchemy of transformation takes place. If you're ready to master the art of reality creation, hit that subscribe button now and join our community of conscious manifestors. I share powerful techniques like this one regularly to help you transform your life from the inside out. Neville Goddard, one of the most profound spiritual teachers of the 20th century, discovered this hidden truth decades ago. He taught that every word spoken in the right state of consciousness becomes manifest reality. But here's the revelation that changes everything. It's not about the words themselves. It's about who you are when you pronounce them. Your identity, your deepest sense of self, determines your creative power. When you speak from a place of inner certainty and unshakable authority, your words carry the weight of universal law. They become commands that reality itself must obey. This isn't mysticism. It's the mechanics of consciousness operating at its most fundamental level. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by revealing the crucial mindset shift that most manifestation teachers completely miss. There's a profound difference between asking and declaring, a distinction that marks the boundary between those who wait for change and those who create it. When you ask the universe for something, whether it's money, love, or opportunity, you're vibrationally affirming its absence in your life. Every time you say, "Please help me attract more wealth," you're unconsciously reinforcing the belief that you don't have it. And the universe, which operates as a perfect mirror of your inner state, simply reflects that lack back to you in endless cycles of wanting and waiting. This is the journey many find themselves trapped in, the hamster wheel of spiritual seeking that leads nowhere. Carl Jung's groundbreaking research revealed why reality projects the structure of your mind. If you mentally position yourself as someone lacking something essential, you'll continue experiencing that precise lack, regardless of how many vision boards you create or affirmations you repeat. The hidden truth that's rarely discussed is that the universe doesn't respond to your desire or even your effort. It responds exclusively to the frequency of who you've become. When you're vibrationally aligned with scarcity, that's what manifests. When you're aligned with abundance, that becomes your reality instead. Consider the profound difference between these two approaches. "Please bring me more money" versus "I command financial abundance to flow to me now." The first comes from a position of lack, the second from a position of power. The first is a request, the second is a declaration of what already is. The impact on your neurological patterning couldn't be more different. The revelation here is that your relationship with reality is determined not by what you ask for, but by what you declare as truth. And those declarations are only as powerful as the identity behind them. A beggar can shout commands all day, but the world doesn't listen. A king can whisper and mountains move. What's your current relationship with the universe? Are you approaching it as a supplicant, hoping for crumbs from the table, or as an authority, certain of your creative power? Write in the comments, "I speak with authority," if you're ready to step into this new way of relating to reality. This brings us to the exact command that has the power to fundamentally restructure your reality. Nothing resists my voice. These 5 words, when spoken with absolute conviction, represent the ultimate declaration of your creative authority. This isn't about manipulating external circumstances. It's about claiming your rightful position as the architect of your experience. When you say, "Nothing resists my voice," you're making a profound decision to abandon the mindset of victimhood and embrace the mindset of creatorship. This represents a fundamental identity shift at the deepest level of your being. You're no longer the person who pleads with life. You're the person who commands it. You're no longer waiting for permission. You're granting it to yourself. The true revelation here isn't about finding the perfect words to repeat like a magical spell. The transformation comes from who you become when you speak those words. When you declare, "Nothing resists my voice," from a place of genuine certainty, not hope, not wishful thinking, but absolute knowing, the command carries the weight of universal law. Reality has no choice but to reorganize around this new vibrational signature you're emitting. But timing is everything in this journey of consciousness. There exists a precious window, a gateway between worlds where your declarations gain exponential power. This is the hypnagogic state, that mysterious threshold between wakefulness and sleep that we all pass through each night, typically unaware of its extraordinary potential. During this transition, something remarkable happens in your brain. Your neural activity shifts from the beta waves of analytical thinking to the alpha and theta patterns associated with deep receptivity and profound creativity. These are literally the same brainwave patterns that dominate a child's mind during their first years of life, when their subconscious is being programmed with the beliefs that will shape their entire existence. Carl Jung's pioneering research into consciousness revealed why this state is so powerful. In this twilight zone between worlds, the conscious mind's critical faculty temporarily suspends its filtering function. The usual barriers between the conscious and subconscious dissolve, creating a direct pathway to reprogram your deepest beliefs. What makes this so revolutionary is that anything you declare in this hypnagogic state bypasses your logical resistance and skepticism. Your subconscious mind accepts it as absolute truth, much like a child absorbs information without questioning. This makes declarations spoken in this state infinitely more powerful than affirmations repeated during your normal waking hours, when your critical mind is fully active and resistant to change. The journey toward mastery begins with understanding this sacred moment each night, this window of limitless potential that most people completely waste. Instead of strategically programming their mind for abundance and authority, they replay worries, rehearse conversations, or scroll through social media until they fall asleep. Drop a comment saying, "I claim my power," if you're ready to start using this hypnagogic doorway to transform your reality. What most seekers fail to understand is a fundamental principle that completely inverts how we typically think about manifestation. We've been taught to focus on changing external conditions as if reality exists out there, independent of us. This common misconception leads to endless frustration and diminished results on your manifestation journey. The breakthrough insight is this: creation happens internally first, not externally. The physical world you experience, with all its challenges and opportunities, is merely a delayed reflection of what you've already decreed vibrationally through your identity and emotional alignment. This revelation completely transforms the sequence of manifestation as most understand it. Your external reality isn't the primary canvas. It's the secondary echo of your internal landscape. When you speak the command, "Nothing resists my voice," the power doesn't come from the hope that these words will somehow manipulate external circumstances. The true transformation happens when you speak not as someone desiring something, but as someone who already embodies their desire at the deepest level of identity. In this state of embodiment, your subconscious mind accepts and integrates this new self-image as truth. Over time, this internal shift inevitably manifests as external change, transforming you from someone who passively waits into someone who actively creates through the authority of declaration. This is the hidden mechanism behind what many call the law of attraction, though it's really more accurately described as the law of resonance. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by revealing a crucial distinction that separates those who get remarkable results from those who experience only occasional success. This distinction is what I call vibrational congruence, the absolute alignment between your words and your energetic state. The command, "Nothing resists my voice," only works when there's complete coherence between what you're saying and who you're being. Reality doesn't respond to your words. It responds to who you are. You can repeat powerful phrases until you're blue in the face, but if your body language, emotional state, and deepest beliefs contradict those words, the universe will always respond to the stronger signal, which is your authentic vibration, not your verbal declarations. Carl Jung discovered that the human mind connects to what he called a neuronal field that reacts to our internal structure of consciousness. This field doesn't respond to performance or pretense. It responds only to truth. This means your command must be consistent with your energy, posture, gaze, and emotional state to hold any power. Think of it this way. Imagine a beggar dressed in rags standing in a town square, shouting orders at passers-by. No matter how loud or insistent, no one takes the commands seriously. Now imagine a queen whispering a single word. The entire court moves in response. The difference isn't in the volume or even the words themselves, but in the embodied authority behind them. The universe instantly recognizes when your declaration comes from genuine truth versus when it comes from desire cleverly disguised as faith. If you're interested in exploring this principle more deeply, write "I choose congruence" in the comments below. The question now becomes, how do you achieve this state of vibrational congruence where your command carries undeniable authority? This is where the practical application of these principles becomes transformative. I've developed a 4-step ritual designed specifically to prepare your consciousness to speak words that the universe simply cannot ignore. This ritual isn't about complex visualizations or hours of meditation. It's an elegant sequence that takes just minutes before sleep, yet creates profound shifts in your neurological patterning. The beauty lies in its simplicity and the strategic timing that leverages your brain's natural transition into the receptive, hypnagogic state. The journey begins with conscious breathing, the foundation of all transformation. As you lie comfortably in bed, breathe deeply through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale through your mouth for 4. This deliberate breathing pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, immediately calming the analytical mind and initiating the shift from beta into alpha and theta brain waves. This physiological doorway is essential. It's the same state that advanced meditators work years to access, yet you can achieve it naturally in just minutes before sleep. With your nervous system calibrated, the second step activates your creative imagination through visualization. But this isn't ordinary visualization focused on future outcomes. Instead, you're visualizing yourself already embodying your assumed identity. See yourself waking up tomorrow with the calm confidence of someone who knows their voice carries universal authority. Imagine checking your bank account with the easy certainty of someone for whom prosperity is the natural state. The key revelation is seeing these scenarios not as distant goals, but as your present reality, natural, effortless, and already yours. The third step deepens this embodiment through emotional induction. Emotion is the energetic signature that gives your words power. Bring forth the feelings associated with your visualization, the deep gratitude, unwavering confidence, and peaceful certainty. Let these emotions physically spread through your body, creating measurable changes in your heart rate, breathing, and neural activity. This emotional imprint is what transforms intellectual understanding into embodied knowing. Only now, with this foundation established, do you speak the command itself. Nothing resists my voice. Feel these words rising not from your throat, but from the very core of your being. Speak with the quiet authority of someone who knows their word is law, not through force, but through alignment with universal truth. Then, without analyzing or doubting, simply drift into sleep, allowing your subconscious to process and integrate this new programming while you rest. This ritual represents a strategic intervention at the precise moment when your consciousness is most receptive to fundamental repatterning. But the true magic emerges when you understand the power of consistency. If you're ready to experience genuine transformation, comment 7 nights committed below to declare your intention to follow this protocol for the complete cycle it requires. The 7-night ritual I've shared with you today isn't just a technique, it's a doorway into a fundamentally different relationship with reality. When practiced with genuine commitment, it creates a vibrational shift that extends far beyond money and material prosperity. It transforms how you move through the world, how others respond to your presence, and ultimately, who you become. Remember, this work happens in the invisible realm first, the realm of identity and consciousness, before manifesting in your physical experience. Each night as you speak those words, nothing resists my voice. You're not just repeating an affirmation. You're declaring your rightful place as the conscious creator of your experience. I'd love to hear about your journey with this practice. If this message resonated with you at a deeper level, perhaps it found you at exactly the right moment. Let me know by writing, "My voice creates reality," in the comments below. If you found value in these insights, consider subscribing to join our community of conscious creators. Each week, I share practical wisdom that bridges ancient spiritual truths with cutting-edge understanding of consciousness and neuroscience, always focused on real-world application rather than theory alone. Give this video a like if it sparked something within you. It helps others discover this work and supports our mission of empowering people to reclaim their creative authority. I've prepared another video that takes these concepts even further, exploring how to apply this same command to heal relationships and attract your ideal partner. Click right here to continue the journey. I think you'll find it equally transformative. I'll meet you over there.